Yes.
New signing of that.
Myself and Afrobeats. There you go, Cookies.
Yeah. Let me get a pose right for them, man. You get me? Come on. All right. Oh, wait. Let me take the glasses off because I don't have glasses. So you edit. They're like, oh, yeah, man. Come on.
There we
All
go.
right.
Yo, what's good, guys? You're locked into the Me, Myself, and Afrobeats podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Jaro. Yes, the sensational one, the everything. It is me. I'm here again, guys. I'm the Afrobeat enthusiast, and we're back with another episode, and I'm so happy for this one. This one is like one that me and this guy go way back. You know, I'm so excited for this podcast, guys. And if you're just joining us for the first time, you're welcome to Me, Myself, and Afrobeats. This podcast is all about giving our flowers to those that have helped build, have helped inspire the Afrobeat scene in the UK, worldwide, people that have helped pioneer. And I think it's only right that we give them the praise and we unpack stories that, we unpack their stories and their journeys. We learn from them and why they did it. And, I feel like I think it's important for us to, recognize this talent that we have in our midst. So, all right, guys, without further ado, obviously, if you're joining us for the first time, make sure you subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening, make sure you tap in, guys. Make sure you hit the follow on Spotify and all my audio streaming platforms, guys, so that you're in tune and you know when this drops and you know when the next episode drops as well. But yeah, without further ado, my next guest is a pioneer, definitely a pioneer.
Oh, wow.
He's a worksmith. He's birthed so many people. Like, what I mean birth, I don't think he knows. Maybe he knows, but he's given a platform to so many people that are on your TV screens right now, on your YouTubes, that are influencers, even myself that I'm here right now. And we're going to go through that list right now so that he actually knows, how much he's helped people get to where they are. It started in 2011. He's built a platform where he's taking it abroad. And if you don't know what I'm talking about the Big Clash, guys. You guys know it. You can't avoid it. You know who he is. I've got the man himself, Kookies.
Welcome. Thanks for having me, bro.
No, man. This is one that I've because you've helped me so much, even in terms of my confidence, me being on stage. I came to the show that I came to. How I even discovered Big Clash was even through Twitter. Me and my friend, he's a DJ in Leicester, right? Well, we went Leicester. And before we went into uni, we were always thinking of because we lived in an area that was predominantly it was in Kent and it was predominantly, Caucasian, so we didn't really have.
We can't say whites.
I mean, white. Yeah. Let's go there. Let's take it there. So we were we really want to. And I just came back from Nigeria. Obviously, you guys know, man got shipped 6 years, came back, did my stint. But yeah, so I came back and I was I'm so in tune with Afrobeats, and that time Azonto was popping, so I was how do I where are these things that I can see it manifest or me get involved. But then we stumbled across Big Clash, and then we started watching the videos. We started watching. I think the first one we watched was the one in Kent, and the thing is that my boy, he went to a college in Kent, and he was hearing you guys the event was going on, but obviously he didn't get tickets. But he was telling me that I think he went to college in Maidstone. I think you guys did the show there or something like that, Sha. And then so we knew that wow, these guys are even in our midst. So that's how we knew that you guys are even traveling about. Went on your YouTube, take everything, and then we went to the live show in 2015. I got there late because of him. Got there late, but we got there late, but when we got there, we met one of the guys, and then Frank, I think his name is, and we were on the side, we had no seats. They didn't give us any seats. But when we came though, Stormzy was there, Big Tipper was there, What's his name? Olufi Pence was there. All these guys on that, Versace Breast Milk, Raheem Heavens were all in that corner. I don't know if you remember.
And I know what final you're talking about though. Yeah.
Yeah, 2015. And I think that final is
epic still.
Is epic still. But speaking of that, that's how I got introduced to you.
In the beginning,
But I want to know, how did you get introduced to, like, take me back in time, like, walk me through Kookies' upbringing and, what led to the creation of Big Clash. Like, how was it installed and what was Kookies doing before Big Clash?
That's a good question to ask. Okay. Upbringing. To be honest, before Big Clash and before doing events, my love for music was always there, 100%. My love for dance was always there. Like,
I've never seen you shake a leg though.
That's what I like. You know what is? Everybody was like, we had the event yesterday. Everyone was trying to capture me on video. Those who know me from back in the day, I was in the middle of the dance floor.
Really?
Before Afrobeats, there was proper dancers. I was a dance hall king. I know who I was before. But I think maybe I just slow down a little. I think for me the dancing got too crazy. I think my dancing stopped at Zonto. That's as far as I went. And then leg work. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'll stop there. 2 steps. No problem. But back in the day, so I can't say anything inspired me towards the Big Clash. I think the Big Clash was an opportunity. So I gotta switch my phone off. Vibrating, and this is part of the story of my life. I legit have no time to rest.
Always busy.
I apologize. I should have switched it off when I got here. I'll start again. So basically, before the Big Clash, my love for the arts, so dancing and music, but most interestingly, entertainment, comedy. Growing up, it was all about what I watched on TV. That's how I found my humor. That's where I found my banter. That's where I found things that I like to enjoy. So for me, a key eye on entertainment, what you like to see, was important. But the problem I found growing up was this was just from America. This was American TV shows. There was nothing.
Can I guess what kind of inspired you?
Go ahead.
Wilding Out?
No.
Really?
Wilding Out wasn't an inspiration.
What?
So it wasn't. There was no inspiration, as in it didn't. I didn't take any ideas or things behind it to create what the Big Clash is. Nah, I do remember watching it, but the Wild Night was a comedy show. So it wasn't a game show. It was a show for improv and comedy. So there's a difference. I know there's some similarities, but there's 2 teams, but it's a completely different thing. So I can see where people can see the similarities.
Yeah.
Like in the very early days of the Big Clash, a lot of people did say, this is like the UK version of the Wild and Out, which is like, okay, that's cool, but this is completely nothing to do with Wild and Out to a degree. So, but I do remember watching Wild and Out. Wild and Out was dope. Like I said, it's very entertaining. But again, that's another scope that I was looking at. A lot of things that were very entertaining, more or less, that you saw black people doing. Was from America, from the States. There wasn't anything in England or UK, Britain that I can say, I can relate to. Like you said in the beginning, like being an African, a Nigerian, when you switch on your TV, when you think about, okay, what can I relate to? What can I see that I would like to be or like to enjoy or I can aspire to be a part of? There wasn't really much, which is when you look at some people's career aspirations in the UK, most of it is directed to what you see and what you know. Nobody jumps up and tries to do something brand new because they want to do the safe thing. If someone's done it, then I can either do it myself or do it better. No one ever really wants to broaden out and try something new. This is not really getting onto anyone, by the way. This is just a point of view where, like, being an actor, being an actress, or being a musician, like artists, trying to become doctors, lawyers, all these sort of roles, sort of jobs, whether it's creative or it's skill-based, whatever, it's only if it's available will people do it. Like, podcasts have been around for years, but now it's just, I think, maybe because of, I say, COVID or lockdown, people have realised they've got the skill to do so. So it's like, this is not even saying that people doing podcasts is a problem. It's like, people realise what they can do when there's an opportunity, when there's a platform. And I think for a long time, for me, we were growing up, there was never a platform. Never a platform for something. Like, I've done all types of events you can think of. Before the Big Clash ever became the Big Clash,
What were you doing?
done all types of events. Fashion shows, pageant shows, comedy shows, talent shows, open mic shows, drama based. I used to have a brand called Pen to Paper, where that was an infusion of music and drama at the same time. So you got live music band and drama at the same time. Well, not the same time, during the whole play. That for me, that was where my love for music and arts. I was trying to mix it and make it come good. We had spoken word artists. I've done poetry shows. I've done date nights. I've done speed dating.
You've done a lot.
But I think the reason why I know the scope of what I've done was because I was always testing my skill base. I knew that I can do anything, basically. And this all came from my time at university. I did all these events, by the way.
Yeah.
Some were with the ACS, but some weren't. Some was just on the back.
You were the president, right?
No, I wasn't, you know.
Oh.
It's a funny story I want to get into. I'm happy to talk about that.
Yes.
I went to the University of Bedfordshire, right? But when I first went there, they were called the University of Luton University.
Yeah.
But when I got there, I think it was my second year that I ran to be ACS. I knew I was a very popular guy because I had done events. My first year was really strong, you know.
Yeah.
I held my own. Like my status in uni was strong, but I was so big-headed. I lacked humbleness. You know, well, we had to do a speech so those who wanted me to be president, they will vote. My friends didn't turn up because they thought, yeah, you'll get that. It's calm. So I didn't even invite them. So we're in a student union. The other guy that wants to be president. Yeah. So I do my speech. I don't really say nothing. So you guys, you know how it is, man. You know I'm gonna do my thing. Blah blah blah. I didn't give any strength. This guy comes. He came like Barack Obama. Oh, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And he won the vote. Ooh. And it's not the slap in the face, but he's like, oh, can you be my vice president? I said yes, because I knew being part of ACS wasn't for him, and it wasn't even for me. I know what I was going to provide. Yeah. But as ACS vice president, I still tried to do as much as I did, but it made me realize as well that I don't need ACS to... ACS wasn't the platform I needed to really do what I needed to do. But it also gave me an insight of student union and how the ACS works. It really gave me a strong understanding on that part. But if anyone's listening now and they want to do ACS... I'm looking at you now. If anyone's watching that, ACS. Yes. African Caribbean Society. Change it. It should no longer be called the African Caribbean Society.
Whoa, what should it be called?
I think it's got a bad representation and a bad rep. Because when you think about what it should stand for, it's not a society of African and Caribbeans only. It should be a society that's based on the culture, or the Afro-British culture, because no one here can say that there's not a bit of Britishness that we have. No one here is fully bred African or Caribbean where they don't have Britishness. The reason why I'm saying is like, we need to show that we are the new diaspora. This is the culture we are giving you. We're not trying to borrow culture from Africa or the Caribbean. This is the British, the sub-diaspora culture that says, I know where I'm from, but I know where I live. This is my culture. And we don't need a society for that. We need actually an organization. We need something bigger than just societies, because they're not working. The many ACs are just, they're not really giving.
Just there.
Exactly. And more, we think it's a place to go because we think that's where black people are. No, we should be showing people our culture unedited, unfiltered. This is what we are. And letting them accept it. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. Like this I think you need the C in that needs to change the culture. The B needs to change the British. And the A needs the Afro-British culture. That's what we are. ABC. People might not like to hear that, but it's the truth. ACS has to change, has to stop.
But I don't like, well, I'm going to be unfiltered. I don't like putting that B there, though.
British.
Yeah.
I agree. But we should know where we are.
Straight African. Okay.
We should not, like, I think, okay. Let's talk about the Big Clash then.
Yeah.
on that aspect of British.
Yeah.
Is what you watch on the Big Clash, is it British culture?
I mean, there's some aspects, like some jokes. If you're not in tune to the British culture, you might not get it.
That's my point there. It's not American culture, is it?
No.
It's not directly African culture. But we know that we are Africans. We know we're always Caribbeans, or we're Asians, or whatever other nationalities or background. but we also know that part of our culture is still British because of where we are. If we're in Canada or we're in India or whatever country, that is our subculture that we know our background, but we know where we are. So unfortunately, whether we want to accept it or own it, don't run away from your identity. You should know who you are. Whether your passport is British or not, you should know where you are. That's the thing, and you should know the culture. Like, let's say me, you and I would go to America. The first thing they'll notice that we're not actually American. Yeah. We're from England. Yeah. And that's the culture they're gonna look at us. So if anything's relating to British or English culture, they'll look to us for advice, or look for us for conversation. And that's where Afro-British is important. They should allow us to be African, allow us to be Caribbean, but it's not the be-all and end-all. We are not only African, we're not only Caribbean, and we're not only British, we are a culture. And that's where I think, for me, that's what's key for me. It's a new kind of culture that we always, sometimes we separate African and Caribbeans.
Yeah, because sometimes the C is sometimes silent.
Very silent. But you can see why it's like, they even feel a way where it's like, why is there always Afrobeats? Why? But the truth of the matter is, it's not about whether it's always Afrobeats or whether it's always dancehall. It should be like we are all as one. And Afro is the biggest word that you can use to combine all black people. Yeah. Not that Afro as in legit hair, but it's like a sub-way of saying African. Yeah. We all know where we come from. Yeah. So it's like Afro-British, but unfortunately we are in Britain. Yeah. At the same time, it's our culture, Afro-British culture. That's the thing that we should be pushing. That's just how I feel anyway. This is the first time I've openly really shared with this, but this is when people talk about what's gone through my head and why and what I do with the TBC. I don't isolate Africanism or African culture. I don't isolate Caribbean culture in concept of Big Clash. It's like it's a whole one thing, and that's how I want people to see it.
Oh, I actually thought it was just like, obviously when I was coming into uni, I thought, okay, this is something, when I go to ACS, it's like a gateway. It's like something that's part of that ACS like package. Or there's going to be you can go to the Big Clash, you could be a spectator or you could be a participant.
That's a misconception as well, because the relationship with the Big Clash and African Caribbean societies, sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Yeah, because you do use them to like promote, right? Am I?
Not entirely.
Or to like to get people.
Not entirely. Yeah, so this is where the truth comes out. Not entirely. A lot of it is just us. It's not. We've worked with ACSs before that have come directly to us. Yeah. But more time, we don't always go to them. In the very, very, very beginning, admittedly, yes. Because of my experience with working with ACS, I thought I was giving something to them that I know they don't have. Because it came to a point where people were attending university just because they know the Big Clash is going to that university.
Yeah, like, yes. I was, yes, I think a bit of my decision was that, but I was just lucky. I was meant to go to NTU, but then luckily I did well, got into Aston, and then Aston happened to be in the Big Class. Like, oh wow, double whammy.
I remember people telling me you should speak to UCAS, or is it what's that company that helps you choose your university? We should be on the form. So when they're ticking their boxes, is the Big Clash? I think for me it is flattering and it is humbling to know that, I guess, we are part of people's decision making when it comes to something. Yes. But university, I would admit, university isn't like something you just do. Like it's a life changing decision. Yeah. Like, I remember when we did take a break, we got a lot of negative emails and messages about, where are you? Why comes you guys didn't come this year? Why are you guys taking a break? Why did you guys do the college thing? How can you do that? And I was just, it made me feel a way like you're so entitled that you think we just do this on the back of just doing it. Like, it does take a lot to do. But it's also making me realize the impact and how established we are, where people legit are so confident in us going there that, yeah, I'm going uni, but also because I want to experience this. Yeah. And there was this weird thing of like, people thought you only have to be a university student or go uni to experience it.
I thought that
is true though. It was true because we thought like, well, let me think about why we actually decided that. It was more because at the time, we just wanted to not have too many people that not at uni at the time. We thought it's easier to be structured around supporting your university team and university group. But I can't really think why we really blocked it, to be honest. Maybe there was a meeting that we had, because we had a lot of meetings and we just decided and that was it. But yeah, even till now, it's kind of still the case. For you to really take part in a team, you'd have to attend that university or city, whatever that case be. Yeah.
All right. So this part of the podcast was the journey, and you've done it well. This is the journey where we talk about, you know, your upbringings, you know, the early stages, and I think we've pretty much covered everything. No,
you can ask. I think I can talk for a lot, so you have to ask me directly, and I'll try to give you the answer to a particular part of my
Did you have any doubt and fears?
How can you just throw that?
Because this is something that, like, I'm sure people thought you were crazy. Like,
oh yeah,
because one, like, I'm gonna be real. Like,
people still do.
Did you even have the? I'm gonna just be real. Funding.
Nope.
DJs.
Nope. Well, yeah, my good friend and DJ DNA, for sure.
Oh yeah, big him up. Yeah, that's one of the people that was like, oh yeah, you've helped elevate him. But yeah, like funding, the like mental capacity, like how was your mental health as well? Because you're actually giving your whole life to this.
Whoa, speaking truth here, you know. So what's the question? What do you want me to say?
Did you have any doubt and fears like going into this, and like what was your mental like thought process?
In the very beginning, and I think I have to put credit to the people that were around me at the time.
And who are they? Let's give them a shout out.
Uncle D.
Ooh.
SB. I think Lucy.
Yeah.
Mishi, Ganiat Sam, Martin. Tiny Man Bonks. But these guys, the reason I'm naming these names is because even like Collar, there's a lot of names. I'm probably missing some names right now, but these are like the early team I had. And the reason why I said they gave confidence is because they never gave me any reason to doubt. They didn't always know the full vision of what I wanted to do, but they supported and backed it all the time. Yeah, we had a few arguments, disputes, you know, to get things correct, but they really, really had my back for it. And I think for anyone that's doing something, support is always key. Everyone says that, right? But there's a difference between support and being there.
Yeah.
And I think they were always there. We've traveled, we went, drove here and there, different cities. And it's like, yeah, we're tired. But these are people who are still working, still at uni or whatever, and they're still traveling up and down the country with me to do our show.
It's crazy.
And they decided to own it as their own, even though they knew I was to create it. They said, yeah, this is mine as well. I want to put the same energy and same effort. And I think the only time I can say I had fears is most recently, but during the many, many years, like the work I put in, the work the team had put in, the people that have come and gone, everyone that has been part of the team, it's like we always had doubts in regards to whether we can do it. But the biggest strength was that we believed that we can do it. There wasn't really a time where we never, well, tell you the truth, I'm probably the biggest doubter in the team because I always question everything. And the reason why I question everything is just to make sure that I really, really 100% that we can do it. But sometimes I'm the one with the craziest ideas and they doubt me. And I have to show them, no, this is going to happen. This is going to work. And this is especially for the time that we're going to America. There was doubts there. There was fears there. We didn't know whether it was going to be, possible to go overseas and do our show there. But we did it. It was successful. So the truth of the matter is doubts and fears are healthy. But obviously not to the point of anxiety and stress. But you need to get to the point where how far can you go to prove yourself that you believe what you're saying, what you want to do, and how much do you think it pops? Like if you know what you're doing is that good, do it.
But I feel like with an idea like that,
okay, I can't lie. It took a while to develop it.
Yeah, because when I'm like doing my research and obviously when I was watching it, like so in tune to it, and when I started watching old videos, I was like, I like when you're watching it, like that was 2015, and I started watching the old videos, and then now when I'm watching it now, I'm like, There's people wearing jeans. People were doing honestly,
Church
like
shoes,
I don't know how people started. Obviously, people started taking it serious and started wearing joggers. People started designing their own outfits. People started putting like
That's why I'm humble with it to a degree, because I know where we've come from, and how we see it now. Where people might say, "Oh, big class has changed," whatever they can say, but it's like it hasn't changed. It's just got better, but we just haven't really.
Do you feel like it's kind of? You just touched on it, watered down. Like, do you feel like it's lost its edge, or it's how it was, or was that normal with business, or
there are many elements to it that I can say has definitely changed.
Like people say, "Oh, it's not the same."
It's not the same. It's the same way like we support Arsenal Football Club. Are we ever gonna get the era of Thierry Henry? Never again. You say it.
That's a perfect.
So what we have now is
well,
for me, I'm as an Arsenal support. We've had like 2-3 years where we're like, oh my god, I hate this team, but we
Yeah.
still love it. We're still here. But now our team today, that we feel more confident about it. But that's the truth. So if you are a real fan and lover of TBC has never changed for you. It's just got better. So if you're people only notice what they want to see. People who think TBC has changed are surprised that TBC is still around, because you just weren't looking for us. When you were active, when you were at uni or you were young or fresh, you were active, you were looking for us. So respect and love for the support. And you looking for us has now passed on to probably a sibling, to a cousin, to a friend. So for me, it hasn't lost nothing. It's just that the generation has changed and people have changed. So the people that do the show are the reasons why it's different. Because when you did your show, people who enjoyed you on stage are not the same people who are going to enjoy the people that are going to enjoy today. So, like, someone who watched Ian Wright will now see the team today, who can see the journey he's been on to watch an Arsenal Football Club. So, for those
that's a perfect analogy.
Who's being part of the Big Clash team, they look at it and think, oh, it's different. It doesn't mean they don't love it. Doesn't mean they don't like it. They just know that it's a different level of their enjoyment or attachment towards it. So it's not like I'm not admitting that it's changed.
Yeah,
I know the kind of change that you're referring to, and I don't think it's that much watered down, but there are elements to it that have had to change. I can say now that the new generation are quite sensitive. So where we used to be able to mock each other and laugh and really...
Yeah, we used to say some crazy stuff. Like even my year, I think we were even known for like taking a mic and exposing...
A lot of exposing, all that kind of stuff. But it gets to a point where not everyone can handle the heat. Oof. And when you've got to respect mental health, you've got to know where a line can and can't be drawn. So, yeah, that's
okay.
That one's there, you know.
All right, moving on swiftly. We're gonna do a game, Cookies. I know you love your games. Imagine, speaking of games, I'm bringing the game to you now.
It's about time.
It's crazy.
I'm always.
It's wild, and it'll make you smile,
baby.
All right, so this is called Jaro's Fire for Fire. So obviously, you even know. I'm sure you probably know. Fire for Fire. Obviously, when I was in school, as you guys already know, when I was in Nige, there was one teacher. He was like, fire for fire. If you get the question wrong, like he'll give you something to memorize. If you don't memorize it, flogged. But we're not doing that today. Okay. But yeah, just fire for fire, guys. And we're gonna start. So you might upset some people, you might not, but let's just go. Okay. Pure Yinks, Uncle D, or Alvin Whitney?
Hey, how can you say? Are you mad?
I'm not even gonna look at you. I'm just. Jeez. It's what's written here.
Alvin Whitney.
Okay. 2-4. Oh, what am I saying? I'm getting ahead of myself because this one, I love this final. 2014 final or 2015 final? TBC.
14. No.
The thing is...
No. Oh. 14 because it set the precedent for 15. That's why.
Yes. And it's not... I don't know where it's gone. Yeah, what happened? Please, can you tell us?
YouTube. They blocked it. They banned it because of one Jay-Z song. So...
Oh.
And the hard drive that had it, it's gone.
Ah! I was even like, yes, Cookie's coming today. Maybe he can, on the side.
I'm so sorry. Like, it still hurts me today that yeah. But if you're there, you saw it. So.
I mean, I remember watching it like on YouTube, So I still have, you know, some memories. I remember.
That final was lit.
Yes.
It was lit because it was a raw fight compared to what we put on now. That was raw. I know what I know what I mean by it was raw. Like people were the creativity, the energy, the vibe, the people that were taking part, the people that attended. It was really the blockbuster of summer. It was something that everybody wanted to be at and what everybody wanted to go to. And it was very much talked about. But that level set the level for the following year. And that's why the following year was lit.
Did you know did you know that Priscilla was there? Or you wouldn't even know. Priscilla from Love Island. She was actually at your show.
Yeah.
Oh.
I knew.
Really?
Yeah, because the following year she took part as well, so I knew.
Oh, she looks familiar. No.
Yeah, she took part.
Oh.
So I knew that already.
Yeah, she looks. Yeah. I don't know what uni, but now that you said it, I can imagine her like in the whole TBC outfit.
Yeah, she's very talented, man. So multi-talented. So.
Oh, how bad, Joe. No wonder why on Love Island she was able to do it though. But that's no wonder in Yoruba if you guys didn't know. But yeah, moving on. Rima or Fireboy DMO?
Rima.
Okay. Season 5 TBC or season 6?
Five.
Yes, that's my season, guys. Check it out, man.
But season 6 was wavy though.
Yeah, they were.
No, it's the same. It's the same story like 2014, 2015. Season 6, the levels, but season 6 was the cutoff point. Things started to change from there. Actually, so that was like a. Season 6.
Can I say what the streets are saying? I think like after season 6, that's when
TBC went left or something.
That's when you could say that whole watered down thing. Yeah.
I can understand that to a degree, but I wouldn't use the word watered down.
Not watered down, but like you can see.
For me, before season 6, I think the energy wasn't always about dancing. A lot of it was all about the people who took part wanted to be entertaining, wanted to enjoy the experience, and wanted to do everything and anything to just be good on stage. I think when we came to season 6, there was a lot of focus on being a good dancer. Yeah. And I think that's where things became a bit, if you're going to use the word water dance, because they were focusing more on the dancing rather than being a entertaining person on stage and having fun with it.
Exactly, because we were telling our lot, like season 6 lot, like, guys, if you, like, because we basically clocked it. If you win the first 4 games, you won. And they did it. And you could see that BCU, I can say it now, they only focused on dance and you can see it. And that's why we wiped them with the first 4 games and we were chilling. And I was like, okay, you guys can take dance like me, you can take tag me, whatever, but we won.
People always say that after you've taken part, that's when people deep how it works.
Yeah, and that's what me and Carol, we sat them down, focus on these games. They were like, oh, you guys are stressing us. They were complaining, but they won. Yeah. All right. Will 2K or Johnny?
Based on what?
Dancing. These guys, they attack me.
Different styles though. Johnny's more of a freestyler.
So is Will.
But Will's more of a technical freestyler.
Still freestyle.
I can't answer. Okay, wait. I'll go for Johnny then.
Okay. Uncle TC or Chris from UH?
TC then. But Chris is wavy though. I know you tried to do.
Yeah.
I know what you tried to do. I know what you. Chris is wavy, but TC because he's a strong professional. So yeah, I'll go for TC.
Okay. Let's take it to the women now. Sophia or Vanessa?
Which Vanessa? There's quite a few Vanessas that are taking part.
Oh, that's true. So the one from 2014.
I know what Vanessa you're trying to pull out there, bro. In regards to what? One based
dancing.
Dancing? Oh, then yeah, Vanessa's a better dancer.
Okay.
From what I can remember.
All right, this one I don't know where you're gonna go, but I don't know his name. There's a guy from MDX. 2014. Obviously they won. Yeah. With E-Man and Invin. Yeah. But I don't know that other guy's name.
Jordan.
Okay, Jordan or Mundo?
Ah!
Yes.
Hey! Nah, Mundo's smooth. With
He's
it,
too dangerous, man.
but
He's
Jordan's he's powerful.
yeah.
You're taking a liberty, bruv. I got from Mundo because I got Jordan's cold. I got from Mundo. Yeah, Mundo.
Hey, I hear that. Old school Afrobeats or new school Afrobeats?
You know what? Yeah, I don't know if we got time to talk about it, but old school Afrobeats. The reason why it's beautiful is because it still bangs.
Yes.
I'm just not sure whether the new school Afrobeats, as we hear it today, can live on for a longer time. That's just my opinion. So I had to go for old school.
Nice.
Old school's like it's proper still hits. Like it still hits.
Wizkid or Burner?
Burner.
Oh.
I can talk about it later, but
Okay.
Burner, man.
I'm a piano or Niger Afrobeats?
Straight Niger Afrobeats. Even though Amapiano's beautiful music.
Yeah.
Niger, even the fact that you put Niger, because you know Nigerian African Afrobeats is a different level of Afrobeats. So thank you, Nigerian Afrobeats. Can't win that one. Thank you so much.
This one's gonna be interesting. Tag Me or DLM? Dance Like Me.
Tag Me.
Hmm.
I love Tag Me for many other reasons, but Tag Me, yeah, definitely. Tag Me's cold, man. I think for me, Tag Me, the reason why I love it the most is because it's not only the teams come out to express themselves, but everyone gets an individual chance to really shine in a way where, when we talk about self-expression and development, the journey that a person can take on being part of the big clash is like, that's the penultimate game where like, okay, I've worked on this is my time, I want to give you my all, and for this reason, I could win the show for my team. It's dope.
Okay.
I love it. Tag Me's cold, man.
Okay. Sungba or Booga?
Sungba.
Oh, nice. And the last one, Shatawale or Castro? RP Castro.
Shatta Wale.
Whoa.
Wale, bro.
Dancehall King. Anytime I hear Dancehall King, I just think of Big Clash. That song
Bro,
is.
there needs to be. I know there was an Afrobeats documentary. I think I missed it. I remember one time we actually wanted to do a documentary because we know that the songs and the music that's been played at the Big Clash, even for those who really, really follow it, can see the journey, how not just Afrobeats but dancehall music, bashment, and how. And this is why I told into Britishness. Now, I know in America they'll play their thing, cool, but they don't play their thing that we play our thing. So in America they don't play Afrobeats and dancehall like the way we play it.
No. It's only now that they're just
exactly. But we have been playing it. So I always ask myself, where, other than obviously going out, do you get to play Afrobeats and dancehall in the way that we're doing it? And that's what I told myself, just keep doing it, because whether people notice it and whether other people want to copy it, this is still putting our culture out there. People who have never heard that song before, it's like, oh, what song is that? Do you know the amount of times YouTube comments used to just be, what song is that? What song is that?
I'm one of them, yeah.
That? And it's true because
there was one Guru song, and then Aston did it. No, Aston did it. I was like, what is this song? What is this song? And it was Guru Basanamini. Basanamini. Anyway, yeah. Well, yeah, sorry, continue. Yeah.
I think another reason why I kind of love the Big Clash, Tag Me, and even the questions of your friend. I mean, one thing that's really sticking to me is the music. I love it. Music is powerful. Music can really, really give you that vibe and that enjoyment. And if not for YouTube and the copyright laws, I think the Big Clash would be a stronger brand, because one of the things that has held us back is that we don't own the music. We know that.
Yeah.
Respectfully, it's like we're not the artists that have created it. But we know that we want to embrace it and enjoy it, because we know it's the music that we love and we like to play in the clubs, in the houses, whatever. And I think music is an important factor to our culture.
It is.
Like you look at now on the radio for the last 3, 4, 5 years now, Afrobeats how it's so strong, it can't be overlooked. But there was once upon a time, nobody else can disagree, where dancehall was the only thing that was the majority. It was UK grime dancehall, and they played the Oleku, or they'll play African Queen. That's as much as you're getting. But now Afrobeats gets a whole set now.
Yeah.
There's Afrobeat DJs now, where they are now internationally known because of the fact that they have the good selector music. It's like, I could talk a lot about it, but it's just great, man.
All right, guys, we're gonna move into the highlights now. So the highlights is when we talk about the ups, the downs, the achievements. I want to get into a few of your achievements. Like at the beginning, guys, if you were listening, you heard me list. You heard me say, "Oh, he's birthed so many people, including myself." So we're gonna go through the list. I want him to feel this is. You can be all that humble. You can remove it now. This is where you put on your. This is where you do your buga. If you know what the meaning of buga is. So Pappy Abs, Shayna-Marie, Tiny Man, Young Hives, Pure Yinks, Charlie Mase, Johnny, the dancer that you see right now that's flying everywhere, doing things with Nike and everyone. Osh. Yeah, Mr. Yeah. Afro B, P Montana, Invin, Uncle Ed, Tommy Expensive, but now known as Moutchi, DJ DNA, Supermids, Alvin and Whitney, Bonks, Martin, Acting, who else is there? And obviously Priscilla. So the list goes on. I'm sure there's even more people. There's even what's her name? Avorindoa, even though she didn't really take part, but I remember when I was doing the vlogs for you guys, she came to an N2 show.
Swear.
Yeah, and I had it in the vlog, but I don't know what happened to that, man. I don't know why you guys didn't allow me to put that out. That was one of my best
I didn't
vlogs.
allow you to put it out?
I think it was, I was working with Denise, but it didn't. Yeah. That was a sick vlog.
I didn't even know she came.
Yeah, she was there.
Swear.
When I was going for that, wait, hold on a second.
Do you know what it is? That's something that me, Uncle D and DNA were having a chat and we were deep in there. That so many people, they won't say it, they won't mention it, but they were there. They were at the show.
Yeah.
They saw everything. And that's why it's like, I'm not entirely concerned about the Big Clash being spoken about or not being spoken about, or whether people rate it or people don't. But it's just one thing I know for sure. People know what the Big Clash is.
Of course.
And I can't never.
Even PK Humble, sorry to call you. PK Humble that you guys see on your TikTok and Filthy Fellas. He even said it on Filthy Fellas. I don't know if you know. He actually said, they were talking about something, because I'm an avid watcher of them, and then he mentioned something about like people just like go to, like what you said, like what we said earlier, go to you. So it's basically talking about, because I don't know how people just go there because of that.
No, respect for that, because I mean,
obviously they didn't really know what he was talking about, but obviously if you know, you know. They're like, oh, what's he talking about? Okay, yeah.
Now I think even people who don't know the Big Clash, I think mainly because there's two things that they're not interested in. They don't care about dance, they don't care about music that much, and they don't care about the university culture. For that reason, if they were never ever involved with those three elements like that, they probably would never have gone to a show. But it's not that they've never seen it. Everyone's seen it, they just don't know what it's called. Yeah. That's why for me, like, it got to a point where when you said in the beginning how that, is the Big Clash was wilding out my inspiration. Yeah. It got to a point where it's like, I hated hearing that. I said, I'm going to get to a point where I am the Big Clash and people know that the inspiration that they get is from the Big Clash. So if people think that I'm looking to America for inspiration, they need to come closer to home where the Big Clash will be their inspiration.
Has there been any like copycats?
100%.
Oh.
Many a times. And if you want to know the testament of believing in your brand, is that you keep doing what you're doing, because as much as they want to copy, the only thing they can copy is when you're doing it. So the minute you stop what they're copying, there you go.
And the reason why I probably haven't seen them is because it didn't work. Because if you're copying, you don't know the formula. You don't know.
There's a difference between copying and being inspired. Because you like a DJ can see a hair and mix and think, I wish I could mix like that, and try his thing. An actor can see another actor on the stage. That guy's really cold. What did he go through to get to that stage? That's inspiration, but like you're learning from what you're looking at. But if you're gonna copy, you're not really gaining. All you've done is copy and paste, but you haven't learned how it's done. You don't know how they did it. You just copied it, which means you haven't got the original copy in your hand. You don't know how to replicate it. You don't know how to keep going. You don't know when things get tough, where do you turn back to, because you never done it. You never started from scratch. That's why if you want to ever do anything, be proud of the fact that you've done it from scratch, because even if people don't rate the journey, you know how far you've come. And that's what allows you to never be knocked back, because there's always going to be a knockback where you think like, I feel like I'm going to give up, or I don't want to do this or whatever. Those things can come, but if you already know how to do it, you can get back up and do it straight away, because you already know the process. Truth, you know.
Facts. All right. What was your proudest moment in TV scene? One of your proudest moments?
One of. Good. You said one of, so I can say one.
Yeah, one of.
I think because of what's happened and us just having our 100th show.
Oh yeah, congrats on that. Big
I'll
congrats.
say the proudest moment now has to be the first one, because I'll be real. Knowing that we did it then, and knowing that 100 shows later, I couldn't say to you when I did it then I was planning for 100 shows. But to get to 100, I say the proudest moment is show number 1 and show number 100. To just be able to say that I've done that, like, yeah, okay, cool. That's proud for me. It's like it's for the last couple of weeks actually, it's been difficult for me to even use those words proud, because I've been really, really struggling with just accepting how far I've come.
Yeah.
Just deep in it and taking it in, like, wow, I've really done like a good chunk of my life on this, you know. So now I'm just deep in as I'm speaking to you.
100 shows, guys. 100 shows.
It's a lot, you know.
Whew.
It's just not me. I know it's easy to say I'm the project manager, and I always get told off by not bigging myself up enough. But I can't deny that the journey to get to 100 shows, I wasn't done alone, you know.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned names, but each and every person, including yourself, everyone that's went on stage, everyone that's watched it, everyone that's been part of the Big Clash team, everyone that's supported it, everyone that's helped behind the scenes, they're the reasons why we can even say the word 100. We could have been at number 4 and said that was it, but it's because people also believed in it. People also wanted it to happen. People wanted to see the beauty in it, and that's the reason why we got to where we are. So I have to even say thank you to them.
Oh.
Keep it real, you know.
What's been the moment, when was the moment that you realized that, yes, I'm onto something? Or what show? The moment it'll be like, we've reached gold, guys.
I've had different moments like that though. But the first time I can say that really happened, I felt that way, was season 3.
Whoa.
I think as much as season 3's got the number season 3, for me in my head, I've always felt that was season 1. Because that was the season when I decided to really make an effort into making it to a model that can keep going, making it to a proper competition that people can respect, and really, really giving it all the elements that it requires to really be as entertaining as it is today. So for me, I won't say that's where I struck gold. That's when I really put my all into it. And what happened after was the final 2014. So for me, that's when I said to myself, okay, I can't stop now. I got to keep going. I got to keep improving. So.
All right. Sky got involved, and how?
There was I think that was season 6. So like I said, because
that was season.
Because of previous seasons, it's always a lift off, a step ladder for every single year. Which I'll say to everyone that's doing something, even yourself that's doing this podcast, when you start now, you think no one's speaking about you, no one's giving you whatever, no one's really giving you any energy, but you need to just air that out. You just need to focus on what's the reason why you're doing it for. Just keep doing it. And I've always felt like the person, I don't like to be the person to go knock on someone's door, or the person to wait at their door, or to just we're hoping and waiting.
Yeah,
I'm the kind of person that if you're doing what you're doing, the phone calls will come, the emails will come, the people will recognize you because they can see that you are definitely doing something good and a greater good. And I think that's kind of what happened even when we worked with BET and we worked with Sky and we worked with other brands, because they knew that we were not only being consistent, but we're actually trying our very best for good reasons. And it's like, it was easier for them to understand what we're doing rather than us to pitch them. Oh, by the way, this is where we're They kind of already knew. And they already labelled us to what they wanted to use us for. So if they wanted to work with us for being a black entertainment show, or because we're a community, because that's what Sky were looking at, a young black community event, and that's what we're doing. So it came about through an email, simple email, and then the rest is history, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess people can send their portfolios and their projects and their pictures out. Please, guys, we want, and it can work that way too.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm not chasing that kind of like gold. That's not the gold that inspires me. Like, I know once upon a time, especially during your season, the ambition was to go on TV, to be on TV. But that was because people were watching TV. People are still watching TV, but they're watching it through streaming. So it's not really TV anymore.
It's not,
So really and truly, if only YouTube weren't such, the streaming levels could have been better right now. Let's be honest. So, yeah, man. But Sky it was an interesting experience just to be flicking channels and seeing the big clash. Like, oh wow, we made it.
That was lit. I was like, wait, Sky? Oh, they were like, you guys want to be? I was like, no, Moutchi Dagba, no, all right, let the young kids go. Oh, but you did have some special guests come and perform, and I remember because I was there, but I didn't get to see it. But obviously, I had to watch it after. You had Sneak Bow, you had Carlton Flavor, you had Judge Hollands.
Was lit.
Yes.
Oh, Jay Hollins. I love this guy, you know. But that final with Sneak Bowl and Quans and Flavor, Mo Logo came through.
Oh yeah,
it was I would say it was at the height. That was at when TBC was at its highest. I have to admit that. But the main reason why is because the momentum that led us to that moment was not only the way things are flowing, the venue, there's so many elements that people think that, oh, why can't you replicate that? Things have changed. There's no way now that can ever be replicated. So it's one in a lifetime experience. If you were there, if you're a part of it and you experienced it, good for you. Yeah. Because you loved it. But then you have to thank God for those opportunities in life. You just have to go for it because it doesn't come around again. I mean, the video speaks for itself. Like it's a crazy atmosphere if you were there. Because from when I was seeing it, I was obviously at the technical booth. Yeah,
but it seems like obviously when you say technical, like where you like you just made me come with a question. When you're seeing all this go on, don't you be like, bruh, is this actually happening? Look at all the lights flashing. Look at all the special guests that have come through. There was even one time John Boyega came as well.
Yeah, that's the same final. Yeah, that's the same final. It was John Boyega was there. I don't have that, you know. I'm so focused on the work I'm there to do, which is to put on the show. I don't really take it in until it's all done. I don't. Like, until I see the video and pictures, I was like, oh shit, that happened. Okay, cool, that's lovely. But at the moment, I'm focusing on what's next. So once they're done on the stage, what we're about to do next, let's get this rolling. I'm on the earphone, on the radio. Let's get this rolling. Because that's as a project manager, as a person running the event, as much as it's beautiful for them, I still got a job to do. I can't try and sit there and enjoy it. It's like, okay, it's great, but I've got to get the next thing going. So everyone else can enjoy it. Unfortunately, I don't enjoy it until it's done. Oh, Cookies. Yeah, it's the truth, man. That's why a lot of people think, oh, why is Cookie not smiling? Why? Yeah. Because I'm on work mode. Like, I mean, it's not that I can't enjoy it. Of course I can enjoy it, but I've got to work today. For you to enjoy it, I've got to put in the work. What do you want to do? Like, that's just the truth. For real, man. I mean,
okay, so what was your strategy for like shows? As in, like, was there like a specific like way you wanted, like obviously I know you did the whole, because before this wasn't introduced, you know, like how when you've done, let me say the quarterfinals, semi-finals, you now have the themes and all that kind of stuff. I know that's a strategy. Yeah. So like, how did that even come about?
So I have to give credit to the Big Clash team that I had at the time, because we had at the point we had like a creative team. And we always had meetings where we talk things through and we come up with ideas. And I remember it was season 4 when we knew we had 27 universities. And till this day, I don't think that can ever happen again, because that's a lot of universities. 27 universities means 27 cities, means 27 auditions, which means 27. Like, even deep in it now, we just thought we had to find a way to still have their shows, but find a way to remove those who aren't elite.
And is that why you had the league table?
League table as well, where we have to be able to respect and judge those teams that are putting in the work and those teams who are just not there yet.
Because there was one time, like, even though, because the crazy thing is that one uni can win, but they still won't make it to the semis.
Yeah, so that one now. You can win your show, but that's just because it's a game show, which means just because you won your show doesn't mean you're better Well, no, it means you're better than that team on that day, but there's other elements that other team might just be better than you at, because it's still the clash. So you're clashed on the game show, good, but the other elements that the big clash is judging you on, which you still be clashed upon. So it could be your crowd, it could be the way the team is rated, as in it. Although they won, were they actually really a good team, or was it a one-man team? It's this little thing we start to notice about the other teams are trying to bring, so we have to really look into it. And I mean, for a brand that was really building, sometimes we did make mistakes. Sometimes probably picked the wrong team, or sometimes the best team should have actually gone through. And sometimes we switched up and we went back on our word.
Okay, so you admit there were some.
I'm not gonna even not admit it. It's not like as if like it was a crime. It's like as a brand that we're learning, we're developing, we're trying to get the best out of what we're trying to achieve without hurting people's feelings, without making people feel a certain way, and making sure the best of the best, which is the whole point of it, was still being put forward. Like, we wanted the best team to win the competition. That's the key thing. Like, make sure that whoever's going to be our champion, we are proud of our champion. We want to say that, we want to glorify them. Like, yes, that's what was always the focus. And your team could have won it, but I'm not even going to go into that, are we? So.
I barely watched that final. I watched the quarterfinals, I watched the semis. I barely watched that final. Me and Carol, I even saw him recently. We were like, bro, did you watch it? I don't know watch it.
It is well.
It is what it is. Moving on swiftly, we're going to move into another game. And this is called Jaro's Top 5.
Top five.
So it speaks for itself. You're just going to tell me I'm going to give you some questions and you just tell me.
My top 5.
Yeah, so. Damn. Top 5 tag me.
I bet you there's going to be top 5 teams as well. Top 5 tag me's?
Yeah.
That's difficult. There's been many. How am I going to remember what tag me's?
Come on. I can do it.
Yeah, you had to give me yours because
I can help you. Yeah. Aston. Wolves.
Aston DMU Wolves. I remember there's a tag me. There's even Aston DMU Season 6. That was sick.
Yeah.
Your Aston Wolves. Your Aston Wolves one.
Yeah.
That was sick. I remember that one.
And then the one the year after in Leicester.
Yeah.
With was it Bournemouth? Aston, Bournemouth, and DMU.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was cold. So I've given you 2, yeah. Unless you want me to help you again.
I have to, because as much as I love tag me, I see it as university because I need to see it in front of me for me to even pick now. But I haven't really got a top 5. I think I do have a top 5, but I can't name. But I definitely have a top 5. Maybe afterwards I can give you the top 5 that I can come back to, but I don't have it right now.
Okay, cool. All right, top 5 Subumus.
Wow. Okay. This is not in no particular order, please.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's fine.
Cool. There was one that someone did. What's that?
They will know themselves. They will know.
What's the Nigerian? Okay. There was the number one. Everyone knows. Out of all the girls in DMU.
Yes.
How the hell can it
DMU? Yes, that's it. Yes.
There's
yes.
I can't remember the name. The guy dressed up as Leicester guy. I can't remember the name of the freaking. There's a Leicester DMU where he dressed up as. I can't remember who's that person. I've got to move on. I can't remember. Whatever one. My mind's gone blank. Oh my god, my mind's gone blank. There's bears, and I've got them on the tip of. This is why, actually, if I had known, I would tell you. But I haven't got them on the tip of my tongue.
Oh,
I've got.
There was the one I like. Obviously, you meant DMU one.
Yeah.
Charlie Mase.
Charlie Mase's one was. But see, they don't know about that. Only Yoruba people know about that. That one was lit. I might have to repost that. That was lit. But no, again, those 2 tag me and the Subumi, I have to get back to you and I'll let you know which ones they are. So if you want to add it to the video or whatever, I'll let you know. But no,
okay.
I can't get off the top of my tongue, unfortunately.
Top 5 entrances. This might be the same thing, but
no, I think I can do this one.
Okay, good, nice.
DMU season 7. NTU season 6.
Okay.
That's finals, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Nah, there's bears swinging through my head right now. These questions are difficult because I need it in front of me because you've done your research, so you know the ones you've got. You should have given me time to do my research.
I
Because I don't like. Like for me, like
Yeah.
like I said, we've discussed 100 shows. I'm trying to pick out 5 from 100. That's
True.
But you have to give me the benefit that I would definitely like if the next one's to do with material, give me some time and I'll definitely let you know the list. But unfortunately on mic right now, I can't even give you because I'm not really thinking of it right now. So
okay, top 5. Oh, you already mentioned. You said it. Top 5 teams.
I knew that was gonna come. I think for the teams that I think that have really made legacies and changed the game. Most recently, I think the DMU team from season 7 changed the game. Before that, your team changed the game. That's the season 5. I think NTU season 6 changed the game, and Essex season 5 changed the game.
Yeah.
Manchester season 4 changed the game.
Oh, yep.
As well as the UH team from that season changed the game.
Let me see if you mention another team.
There's another team that I want to. ARU. People won't remember the ARU from season 2. They won the season, but the reason why they changed the game is because
is that one with ARU? Oh no.
Yeah, they changed the game because they I think Samira and Jamal was in that. Jamal, sorry. So they came through with a different sense of energy and sense of entertainment that changed the game, which made season 3 a bit more different. Kingston season 3, the one that Man is in. That team was cold. NN2, NN2 season 6. See what I mean? There's too many.
Yeah.
You can't, like, there's too many. I'm sorry.
You forgot MDX.
There you go, the champions.
Yeah.
Like, there's too many to name. There's too many. Like MDX, the way they came, they brought banter where banter wasn't even available. They said this is what banter is and everyone's gonna follow it right now. Okay, cool. And that's why, like, year after year after year, it's the strong team that it's the one that sets the playing field. Everyone follows that team. Everyone looks at that team. Yeah. It got to a point where everyone thought that TBC only cares about DMU. No, because if the team are really putting in the work, then you got to respect the work that they put in. If you want to be talked about like DMU, then put in the work. It's not a big deal. That's it. Like DMU got to a point where they had a family tree where from season 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, even 9, there's a legacy where because of what season 4 did, season 5 helped, season 6 helped, season 7 helped. Other teams never see how you try to help your team. Like, did the next team help the other team? Like, if it works like that, then it gets better. But if they stop helping, then the legacy that you started is gone.
That's why we always went to the final, guys, but we never won.
Wow.
Top 5 dance like me's.
Same thing. I can't. This is. I wish if you had told me before we got here, like I'm gonna ask you these questions. Just have that prep. Yeah, cool, got you. But I would have them ready for you because I have my list. I genuinely do have my list of ones that I know are my faves that I can watch from start to finish, and I've enjoyed it. But I can't mention it because I know if I mention it, I'm not gonna. Just like the teams now, I'm missing out things. So I actually want to give you a proper answer. So unfortunately, to the people who are watching and listening, I can't give you the names. But you know, if you log on, I'll find a list for you.
Okay, just because it's here, maybe you might be able to, but I mean, you did 100 shows, but because it's here, let me just say, top 5 participants.
That's not fair. You know why? There's 100 shows. Right?
Exactly.
And each show has at least 10 people. That's 1,000 people. You want me to pick out 5 people from 1,000 people? Again,
I lit with that.
I think there needs to be a part 2 where these things you're asking, I can give you, but I can't give you now. There has to be a part 2 where I don't know. You call me and I tell you the names, but I need to think about that because there has to be different reasons to why anyone I will pick as my favorite participant. But that's an amazing question because I've never thought about who are my top 5 because for different reasons, certain participants, like it's never about the ones that have gone on to do great things. It's the ones that are. I was humble enough to have just taken part, and it's because of what they did and how they did what they did, impacted the way the Big Clash is seen by people and how people enjoy it. Although people will, when people think of the Big Clash, they actually think of them because of how they impacted the show. Yeah. That I need to think about, and that is actually something that I would love to do and have a conversation about. But I'm not gonna answer that question because I don't. I need to think about it. Okay. That's even more than 1,000 because I know. By data, we've had almost 2,000 to 3,000 people take part. That's a lot of people's names.
It's a database.
Bruh.
All right, moving swiftly towards the end. This is questions from the audience.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, you got fans.
I wish.
Of course you got fans.
I wish.
Come on, you done 100 shows, man. Come on, man. So one of them is why did you do the college? And you know, we start off. Obviously, I got to ask you about the US one as well. But why did you do the college and church one?
First of all, with the church one was because we knew that the way we felt was like a family, and we knew that God was always a part of what we do, and we always felt like we should do something for the community and for the younger people. And church was a place where young people and fans of the show were watching it and still would go to church. We thought, let's do something religious with them. Let's do something where it's based around God, the Bible, and play some games where it's fun and it's lighthearted and it's PG. And mommy and daddy can watch, mommy and daddy can accept it. So that's the reason why we did that.
Okay.
And then
because there's one clash. It's Cov and DMU, I think, and they had some crazy in their dance like me. There was loads of strobe lights, and they were basically humping each other, something like that.
Whoa, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
I think for me,
like for all my clashes, I can show my parents. Yeah.
It got to the point where it's like, it doesn't matter, because our parents should know from Netflix, from all the things we watch, things are unfiltered now. I know back in the day we were a bit hesitant about letting mummy and daddy see certain things, but really and truly, mummy and daddy have seen everything in the world before us. There's nothing that mummy and daddy has not seen. Even if though we have seen it and we don't want to show mummy and daddy, this is what I'm looking at. And so, because we can't be sugarcoating and hiding from mommy and daddy anymore. We have to let them know the reality. The reality is this is what we do. This is what we see. In fact, be proud of us that we have the confidence to do this, because it's still part of our culture. This is something that if we don't embrace it now, then someone else will take it and say, "Oh, this is what we're doing." It's like, "Oh, well, we did it first, but you didn't take it as an asset. You looked at it as a problem. You looked at it as a negative. So let's just not that I'm condoning the pumping thing. I'm talking about in general.
In general.
When people want to watch the Big Clash show, like I've had mummies and daddies watch the show. I've been on the phone to someone's father explaining to him why his daughter should take part and what her daughter is going to gain.
Whoa!
I said I don't mind doing that, because she's like, I want to take part, but you have to explain to my dad. Like, okay.
That's so cute.
But and for me, the reason why I wanted to do that explanation is because she really wanted to take part. And her dad really cared about what a child was going to do. And she enjoyed it. Her dad was happy with it. I think we've all seen the video of a daughter and mom on stage. So, like, for me, embrace what you do and let your mom and dad love what you do. Don't let them look at it as if, what's that? Let them love it. And the way your parents can love what you do, you make them understand it first. They're from a different generation. They have the things that they've experienced and what they've seen. They haven't seen the way we've seen it, but let them experience it for the first time, the same way you experience it, and trust me, they will love it. That's what I want to say.
Like my parents, they're like, "Oh, what is the thing this game show you're doing?" They're like, "Okay, that's good. Well, make sure your studies come first."
Yeah, no doubt. Studies come first, but if you can't enjoy it,
that's another question though. Like, obviously, some people did you have that thought? Like, oh, some people are not taking the study. So obviously, uni is a priority. That's why they're there. And that was even like for Aston, like my team, we made sure that that's the main reason why we're here. If someone needed to space for exams or anything, we gave them that space. There's time like Carol, Therese, Stender, everyone had their own like time, and we all respected that. Like, was there a time where people were like, oh, like you notice people, or did you hear conversations about, oh, this guy's slacking, or you didn't see people in obviously there might be some people that obviously they didn't make it to second year or they dropped out or
I don't want to expose too much on that one.
Yeah,
it is facts that taking part in the Big Clash, you are still a student first, and we always did make sure that we didn't want to make our schedule too heavy or workload heavy in regards to preparing for the show, where students can't focus or concentrate on what they have to do. But at the same time, it's still a commitment thing. If you've committed to it, you just have to deal with it. But I do think that great teams in the past, the reason why they've faltered or not gone to the next level is because they've just not been able to balance work and the Big Clash, which has been, for me, the biggest sadness, because I know that, okay, if they did have the time or if they did have the resources to meet up and do what they know they can do best, certain teams would have been great or greater. But it's true, there are people that I do know of that came in first year, did the Big Clash, and unfortunately dropped out. or they're deep because of the big clash that this is something that university or studying is not what they want to do. They want to pursue another passion. So it can work both ways. Like sometimes you start to realize that, am I going to university to do a degree that I'm not really going to want to use, or I'm just doing it because I want to be in the experience of going to university. So it's all an individual's perspective. Who knows why a person was to graduate or not graduate or transfer unis or that kind of stuff. I don't take nothing personal. I don't judge anyone. People do what they got to do. Nothing. And if the big clash has impacted that negatively, then that's something that, okay, if I'm not aware of, then I hope it wasn't too bad. But if it's a positive impact, then I'm happy for it. You know what I mean?
Were you editing the videos as well?
Yeah.
That's the best question that I had to ask as well.
And
you were actually editing. I heard it, but I was like, I thought it was just Bunk.
Bunks came in like to support me in around season 4 or 5. Yeah, season 4. And since then, it's been me and him. Mostly him as well, doing the last couple of seasons. But it's taken a toll on him and me. It's not an easy thing, because one thing people don't realize when it comes to these videos. Like,
wait, are you telling me that for all the TBC episodes, it's been you and Bunks?
Mm-hmm.
To this day?
Not well. Bunks is no longer part of the season, so he left around after season 7. So since season 8, it's just been me, and then this current season is just me. But I just want to share because a lot of people, especially during your season, they were demanding.
Yes, I was one of them. Yeah.
I just want people to realize that we aren't actually like we made it clear. It's like when it's just 2 people doing something, and sometimes the resources, as in the laptops and the equipment that we're using, isn't always the best or the highest quality. We don't have the funding to get that, so we're doing our very best with the limited that we have. Especially when it comes to audio, making sure that things are crisp, things are nice, the lighting. There's so many elements that. When I say that we started off raw, we've learned, we've got a lot of experience now, cool, but it's not been easy. But it's a shame because people didn't know that. We didn't really want to brag or complain or whine because we know what we set ourselves up for, but it's not been the most easiest journeys. But some days it's been lovely and enjoyable to edit a video, but sometimes it's been long hours, process and chopping it up, making sure it looks good, sounds good, and
what do you use? These Premiere Pro?
Yeah, Premiere Pro. Whoa. I've got a lot of love for Bunks because the amount of patience he had, and even Tiny Man as well. He supported us with editing and checking sound quality control.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest thing that we've had to do, and I guess if I could have it another way, I probably would never do videos. But videos are part of what we do on Facebook. But that's not the easiest part. It's the hardest part. It is really the hardest part. Like when you watch a film. For me, and I'll understand the difficulties to making that. Like even films like Marvel, they have a lot of cameras, like a lot of cameras, a lot of effects. That process may take a month for that one scene, but we're just watching it in 1 second. Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
So it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
Was there ever a show that almost got locked off?
Yeah.
Can I say, was it our season?
Wrapping your season.
Sneak Bowl.
That never got locked off. But there was a lot of stuff. Oh, okay. There was a lot of stuff behind the scenes. A lot of things did happen behind the scenes in a lot of shows that people will never know. Where there was even a show where we arrived on the day and the venue told us, no, the venue's closed. There's no show. This is even where we don't know the coach for the opposing team was an hour away and the team itself was already there. Tickets were completely sold out and we had no venue. Mm-hmm. But with the grace of God, we found a way, and the show happened. And I guess there's a lot of things people will never know what we've done, the trials and tribulations, the things that physically and mentally, not just me, the Big Clash team, and all that we've had to do just to have a successful show. It's not easy at all,
bruh. Guys. What? My mental state would have collapsed. I would have been like, yo, guys, that is it. That's all, folks. And speaking of that's all, folks, before we go, this segment is called Jared's Must See. Is there anything that, we must look out for from the TBC? Anything, last words? Anything you want to say to the people out there
First of all,
listening
I
and
want to
watching.
say thank you to you for creating this brand new platform, because I think what you're doing right now in regards to getting people to listen to a different perspective of the history of Afrobeats is beautiful. It's needed. It's required. I also want to let people understand that if you're out there wanting to pursue something, if it's brand new or whatever, like I said earlier, it's not about needing your friend's support, because anyone can support you. Say, hey, go and do it, mate. It's those who are going to be there with you, because it's not a journey you should ever do by yourself. No matter how big scale or small scale, you need a good support system. And even if the support system is not the people actually putting their hands into your work, still know that you need someone to have your back, because this journey, you should never do it alone. Never. But when you do it, you will love it because you know what you're doing it for. And don't be afraid of not knowing your purpose. And by that, I mean, if you don't know whether you want to be going to uni, doing work, being a creative, doing whatever, you don't know your purpose. So, why are you panicking? Why do you need to know your purpose? Live your life and you'll find it when you have to find it. Like, people are so, scared. Now, you talk about the fear and doubt, that they're worried about doing things. Just do it. Like, for real, like, it's not even a YOLO thing. Just do it, because you never know.
The reason why I said that one first, because obviously in this society, it's like, in this new age, image is one thing, how people see myself. Even people around you be like, bro, why are you doing this? Or people might be like, oh, it's good, but they obviously they want to support you, but they're not really like supporting you. Like, I feel like back in the day, something like it was, but now I don't know. I feel like the society right now that we're living in is not as supportive. And the reason why I say that, I'll give you one example. When I was growing up, there were so many hall parties, Nigerian hall parties. You see kids kicking cans, everything. You see playing with balloons, but that's not here anymore.
That's true. I think when you touch upon image, there's two types of image that you might have to look at. There's image where we think, the perspective that we look at people and think, oh, why are people doing this? What, like, people are almost doing anything to go viral these days. Cool. But for me, there's another part of the image that people are not considering, which is identity crisis. A lot of people just don't know what they want to do or what they want to be. People just want to do things that they think will make them feel a certain way, or give them that peace of mind, or give them that social status. Unfortunately, until people come out their crisis of not knowing what they want to do in life or what they think they're here for, people are always going to be doing image, showing the better side of them, or a certain side where they feel that this is the only side I can do to be accepted, or this is the only thing I can do to be loved or to be appreciated. The truth of the matter is, if you just need to do what you want to do, regardless of any doubt or any judgment, because as we both know, the only person that's ever going to judge us is God. Yeah. If there's anything you want to do in life, if you don't do it, you will never know how good you are. No matter how much time you doubt, you fear, you're worried, you will never know how good you are. Hear what I'm saying? You will never know how good you are. Yeah. The value of your good until you do it. You do it once, okay. Do it twice, okay. The more you do it, you realize you respect your value. You know what you're worth. You know how dope you are. You know how good you are. So if anyone tries to tell you otherwise, they can't, because you know your value. If you don't know your value, that's because you ain't doing nothing for yourself. You're doing something for someone else's value. You take that.
Wow. I think that's a perfect way to end, guys. Guys, we've had the famous Kookies here. We've had the pioneer. We've had the guy that's given birth to so many.
We need to do a part 2, because those questions you asked me, we need to run them things, bro. I've got the answers, fam. I might, like, next time I bring Uncle D and DNA, bro. We do
yes, please.
Like, even Bonks will know the answers to a bear questions, because he's edited bear videos, so he will know bears, bro. Like, for real, like, yeah, man.
Yeah, so guys, there you have it. All these socials are there.
My socials, I'm not even on social like that, but yeah. If you follow me, I'll say
exactly.
Hi.
It will be there. If you want to get involved with the Big Clash, guys, get involved now. All these people that say, "Oh, it's watered down," you're just not looking. It's not for you. Like you said, if you're an Arsenal supporter, you'll be thinking about the Thierry Henry days, and that makes so much sense to me myself. Because I was like, "Oh, this Big Clash is not the same anymore." But you made it so clear to me, and I'm sure there's so many people who think the same as well. I appreciate your time. Appreciate everything
Thanks for
you
having
do.
me, man.
And yeah, only way is up, man.
Amen.
Congrats on 100th episode, and I'm sure there's gonna be
Hey.
200. We're gonna be counting it.
Hey.
To your old and grey.
It is well. It is well. Who knows?
All right, guys. Stay tuned for another episode and see you guys. Love and respect. Peace.